Chad Millman from the Action Network, brought to you by Bacharach. They have the only neuro recovery robots in South Jersey. Know your rights to access the most advanced rehab today. Visit Bacharach.org for more information. He's back with us as we take a look at some of the storylines on these lines for Week 15. Chad Millman, how are you?
I am always in the best mood by the time this interview starts because the music is always so good.
We strive for that.
You're the sort of the track that is underneath your reads before I come on is always just like chill and nice and puts me in the right frame of mind.
Happy Hour Friday. By the time you're here, it's happy. I've been off all week. I only came in for you.
No, that's so sweet of you.
I say that to every guest that's on. You know that on Friday. On Friday.
I choose not to believe that. That's the world
Sal Pal does Fridays every Friday. He actually emailed me asking, "Do you really only come in for me?" And I said, "Of course I do." And Chad Millman. Yes. But I am working today just for Chad Millman because I want to make some money for the people out there. So let's do it. Let's look at the games tomorrow, Chad. I got some interesting ones. I'm kind of intrigued. Anytime someone goes to Denver, I'm always kind of intrigued when Denver's a home dog. You love the home dog, +6 at BetMGM, 5.5 everywhere else. I mean, every time Denver's that big of a home dog, I'm always interested.
Yeah, right. Denver is one of those teams where there are teams that you get emotional about not wanting to bet, and there are teams that you logically don't want to bet. And we're going to get to the logically don't want to bet them because they happen to be playing each other. And one of them is based in the state of New Jersey. The Broncos are an emotional don't want to bet, meaning like they just, every time you do bet them, you know it's the right side because the number says it's the right side if you're a bettor, but they make it gut-wrenching. And that's because of Drew Lock. That's because he throws the ball downfield more than anybody else. That's because he can be inaccurate. But look, they are 6-point underdogs, like you said. I am always going to look to bet a home dog. Like I just have a preference there. I have a bias, and also the numbers back that up. And right now, you're seeing the Bills get 63% of the money, or 63% of the bets. Anytime a team that is a road favorite is getting a preponderance of the bets, and the Bills are creeping into that level, I like to see it at about 70%. I'm automatically going to back the home dog, almost without looking at the teams. And in this case, like the Broncos defense continues to do pretty well, and the Bills are coming off a huge high. So I'm getting like a team on the road that people all of a sudden think is like a top 5 team and is overtaking the Steelers as maybe the second best team in the AFC. And there's enthusiasm about them winning the AFC East. But to me, that just screams top of the market, got to sell. Give me a home dog at +6.
We got a lot of home dogs, by the way, in that same area. We got Atlanta +6. We've got Washington +7. We've got the Giants +6.5. They're all home. Plus, we got the Bengals +13. They're all big touchdown or more home dogs this week.
And you got to bet every single one of them. It just is. I'm not even joking about it. It's just sort of like if you're going to play it, then you got to play it. And if you decide, okay, I'm just going to choose one of these, it'll end up being the one you lose. You're not going to win every one of them, right? If you're winning at betting, you're winning 53% of the time. Then you're cashing checks. But that means you're losing 47% of the time. So if there's 5 or 6 games like that, like if you were going to bet $100 on one of them, bet $20 on all of them. And like you are increasing your chances to win a little bit because those are the odds that play to your favor when you're getting teams that are home dogs where a preponderance of the bets are on the other side.
Would that include New Orleans at home +3 against Kansas City?
Short home dog.
100%. If you were asking me what would be like my sort of big, gross, ugly bet of the week, which we usually do at the end of the segment, like that would be it. You got to take a team that is a really good defense that really is a contender to get to the Super Bowl against a team that is flying high, whose value is always going to be inflated because of who they are.
Chad Millman, Action Network. By the way, there is another game tomorrow. We talked about the first one. Let's give the listeners a little insight on that second one because I'm intrigued. Panthers put up a lot of points last week over the number big time, but they lose to Denver. Packers trying to clinch home field, so they got something to put up points for, but yet the number's dropping. Start at 9.5. I see it down to 7.5 at FanDuel. It's 8.5, so this thing's all over the place.
Yeah, well, it's because the Panthers are a team that when they are big dogs, they cover. We call them Teddy covers because that's what Teddy Bridgewater does is he covers numbers, especially as an underdog. And I'll be on the Panthers tomorrow too. Like that's the side that I think is the right side. I think that the Packers have not shown an innate ability to always blow out the teams they should blow out. And the one thing the Panthers have been, like, they're one of the strangest teams with a bad record that you'll see this year because they're generally really well coached. And they've been playing without Christian McCaffrey. They played, a game without Teddy Bridgewater. But as a team, they perform really well and stay in these games. It's rare that you're seeing the Panthers get blown out. They've done incredibly well against the spread this year, one of the better teams against the spread. So give me the Panthers at +8, +8.5.
I got my eyes set on this Dolphins-Patriots matchup. Maybe you can sway me one way or the other. I kind of like the Dolphins here. It opened at 3. It's about, it's a little bit all over the place, ranging from the Dolphins favored by 1, 2, 2.5. So what are your thoughts?
So, I do this podcast every week called The Favorites with my buddy Simon Hunter. Simon Hunter is from South Jersey, spends his time on the shore, goes back and forth to Philly, all this kind of stuff, right? And we were having this conversation. The reason I bring it up is because your accent sounded exactly like it. But we were talking about this game for an extended period of time on the podcast, and he was all over the Patriots. And my feeling was it's the completely wrong side. You're getting a team that, while offensively the Dolphins have struggled, I think Brian Flores is a great coach. And I don't think it's a coaching mismatch between Bill Belichick and Brian Flores. Then you're getting a team in the Dolphins that has a better defense. You're getting a team that is at home. You're getting a team that is on the upswing versus a team that is on the downswing. You're getting a team that is generally less than a field goal favorite. So really what you're talking about is, do you think Cam Newton is going to play better than Tua? I don't know that he is, and I like the weapons on the Dolphins that surround Tua a lot better than I like the weapons on the Patriots surrounding Cam. So I think you're seeing a number that's a little short, largely because the benefit of the doubt is going to Bill Belichick and the Patriots.
All right, Chad, before we get your favorite play of the week, there are a couple of dog teams out there. The Jets lost 40-3 last week. Now I got to go out to play the Rams. It's 17.5, opened at 16.5. And for some reason, I feel like, you know what, I don't mind that so much.
Yeah, like you can't bet it because if you bet it, you got to bet.
Whoa.
Like,
last week, Seattle, I wrote it down. It said, smash it. And you know what I did? I smashed that thing, and I was putting my feet up in the third quarter. Why can't I do it again?
It felt pretty good, right? Because it's totally fair. It's totally fair. And like, look, there's a big difference between 13 and 17, right? And like 4 points matters a lot. It's 4 points of like it goes from 2 scores to 3 scores. Like that's how big it is. And so I just don't want to put my money on a Rams team that I think I've missed the window in terms of sort of their particular wave cresting. I think that the market has caught up. Like if you wanted them, you had to get them like 2 or 3 weeks ago before they played the Patriots when their defense was so dominant. Jared Goff still scares me a little bit as a quarterback. Like I think he still makes too many mistakes, more than I think Russell Wilson makes to cost his team. And look, at some point, the Jets are a backdoor covering machine. And 17, like late in the game, if they're down by 3 touchdowns and the Rams have taken their foot off the gas, am I going to want to be sweating the Jets going down the field? Like they did it a couple of times earlier this year. Like I just don't need to sweat a backdoor cover from the Jets.
All right. Your favorite play of the weekend is?
Well, look, I like the Saints a lot. The other one that is intriguing to me is the Giants, up north and playing the Meadowlands at plus 6.5. Right now, the Browns are getting 74% of the bets. They're coming off a massive, crushing loss on Monday night. They're generally in good position for the playoffs. The Giants have an incredibly good defense. They are playing at home. They are nearly a touchdown underdog. This number has gone up wildly because of the number of bets coming in. It feels to me like a pretty good spot to back the Giants. Like, this is when sort of logic and emotion, intersect. Logically, I shouldn't bet on Daniel Jones. Logically, I shouldn't bet against someone who's volatile like Baker Mayfield. But the Giants are the right number here. And so I'm just going to have to sort of clench my teeth and hope Daniel Jones remembers that professional quarterbacks don't turn the ball over every other series.
Okay, we'll leave you with this real fast. What's the Philly line saying? It's 6.5, hasn't moved much.
Nope, staying about where it is. I would back the Cardinals here. It's gone up a little bit. It was at 6 earlier in the week. I'm just not going to bet on a rookie quarterback in his first game on the road. And I do think the Cardinals have righted a little bit what was troubling them midway through the year. So Kyler Murray, I think, was dinged up and is starting to play a little better. They're starting to figure out how to get DeAndre Hopkins back into the offense. So give me the Eagles. Give me the Cardinals at minus 6.5.
He's Chad Millman, actionnetwork.com. Get the app. Make sure you check it out. It can tell you all the different lines everywhere, totals, money lines, you name it. They've got it. actionnetwork.com. He's Chad Millman, and he, like all guests, appeared via the Boardwalk Honda hotline. Chad, have a great holiday, man.
Hey, listen, thanks for coming in just for me. I appreciate it.
I do, and I will do it again next time. Good to hear from him, of course, here on the Sports Bash